So these need a lot of work, not just the skis themselves, but the trailer too. And I thought I'd make a good video out of it, so I'm excited. Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you tell, I bought 2 more jet skis. I think I got a jet ski problem. I couldn't pass up this deal. So these need a lot of work, not just the skis themselves, but the trailer too. And I thought I'd make a good video out of it. So I'm excited. I got a bunch of parts in the mail. I just got back from Hawaii. I was gone on vacation for 2 weeks. But I am back and I am ready to get to working on these things. So let's get to it. One of these needs a steering cable, and then they both need carburetor work. They both need seat covers. I got new lanyards, new spark plugs. They might need some new fuel lines, but we're gonna get into it. So let's do it. Alright, so the thing with my videos is I don't research anything before I get into it. So I'm doing this steering cable. I took this nut off thinking this whole bracket would come out. Oh, this is on a spring for a reason, so it springs in, goes over. That's all you need to do. I just went to pull this one out and it snapped. So there you go. That's why it wasn't working. Rusted shut. Now I gotta trace it back, pull the old one all the way out, and then get to working on the next one. If you haven't learned by now, fuel hoses are garbage, so I went to take this one off carefully and it freaking snapped clear off. So now I'm gonna have to go get some hose. I might just do all of them, I don't know yet, but that's that situation. So anyway, we'll get back to what we were doing. sort of freaking white dust. Gross. That's why you take care of your fuel system. So the two fuel filters are done now. Now we're going to do the fuel water separator. I don't even want to know what that is floating down in there, but we're going to go ahead and do that next. So I took this out because this had been broken, so I'm gonna have to replace this line anyway, but there's the filter. There's a new one. Only able to connect one line at this time. So I'm gonna zip tie this and then we're just gonna leave it because I'm still waiting on that part to get here. I've tried to reuse this fuel hose, but there's no saving it. I mean, every time I put it on, it just keeps cracking. But I put the carb back in. This line needs to be replaced. That goes to the fuel water separator. So I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. It's literally coming in today. I'm gonna try to do that today. But in the meantime, I can put these two hoses back in there. And then this little bracket needs to go back up to hold these wires out of the way. And I need to put the gas tank back in, so we can do that in the meantime. There's the new fuel line. One end goes into the carburetor, and the other end goes into the water fuel separator. Now we're ready to put some gas in this thing and see if it'll start. Thing's not running right. Doesn't like to idle. I have a feeling that I didn't clean the carburetor well enough, so I'm going to take it back apart instead of just messing with the screws. It should be idling fine. So it's got this funny feeling that I didn't put it together back right. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off, and we're going to try to do this again. And I'll get a close-up of how to do it the right way. I'm going to pull up a diagram that I found online of how it's supposed to be done, and we will go from there. So let's go ahead and take this thing back out. Pull this guy up on my phone. We're going to use this as the proper diagram to go ahead. We're going to start right there, Looks like there's only 2 gaskets, but I put 3 in, so that's an issue. Let's go ahead and do that first. One, just a little more. Alright, if this doesn't do it, then I don't know what will. So let's go ahead and put it in. Please be extremely careful when you're dealing with these washers, putting the carburetor back on. I dropped one down there, and it took me 2 hours to get it out without having to take the whole engine out. Be very careful when you're putting these back on. So this one seems to be running good now that I put the carburetor back on after I rebuilt it. Seems to be running fine. It revs up and idles. The true test will be at the lake, but just want to show you guys what it looks like when I work on these things. I mean, they're just covered in tools or mess. But I'm gonna take everything off and then go ahead and try to buff them and wash them and clean them. And then this seat, they only sent me 1 in the order, even though I ordered 2, so I'm still waiting on that. That's just kind of things that happen. Pisses me off, but what are you gonna do, right? Just gotta wait for it. But anyway, I'm gonna take these out and wash them, and then go bring it back in and try to buff them and get that shine back, or as close as I can. So let's do that. Don't mind the fan noise in the back. It's hot as can be in here. But anyway, I got these washed. I'm gonna dry them off real quick, but we got a new toy here. The other buffer was a piece of garbage, so hopefully this one I'll have better luck with. And then I bought 2 things. I bought polish, but I also have this oxidation remover, so we're gonna give that a try and see if we can get this to blend better. But anyway, let's get to it. Well, that was useless. Sure, I could wet sand it and do a bunch of stuff, but I just don't have time to do that. But what it did do was shine up the plastic. If you look at the other one compared to this one's a lot more shinier. See the reflection. So I think I'm just gonna do that. Wait for that seat to come in. That's about it. These are almost done. They're ready to be taken out. As you can tell, it worked pretty good. Nice and shiny. So restored the plastic really well. Just the stupid fiberglass gel coat I can't get to do it. So I was missing the screws for the air filter cap. This goes on here along with the air filter. Actually, it's right here. This goes on here. And this goes on here. I was missing those screws that go in there. Instead of ordering new ones that were like $5 a piece for Yamaha screws, I just went down to my local hardware store, picked up some stainless steel metric stainless steel screws, and they're gonna work. putting on the charger. We'll see if that does anything. I'm gonna go back to working on something else now. You know, I only put a gallon of fuel in this thing. It would help if I put it on reserve instead of on, because the reserve hose goes deeper in the tank. I'm sitting here trying to crank it and it wasn't sucking up any fuel. So I got it to kick over once, but I stopped it so I could get it on video. So let's go ahead and start it again. All right, maybe not. I gotta let the battery charge again. The battery's charged, we're gonna try this again. Let's do something stupid now. So I'm impatient. I want to replace these bunks. So I'm just going to try to slide this thing over and let's see if it'll work. I have no clue. Alright you guys, I don't think you understand how excited I am. I finally got a new seat on the other one. It just looks so much better. This one, I got a little play in here, but this one came out almost perfect. I mean, this stuff sucks. It's not easy by any means, but to be able to get these both on now, it just, look at it. It makes them look, you know, like they're actually ready for the lake. So that's awesome.